Unit 7, Lesson 15, exploring dividing by two-digit whole numbers. So we'll talk about that. We can use estimation to kind of help us along and then adjust as we go. Okay, so there are three different methods that the book gives us for dividing. So they gave us a story problem here about sheep and a railroad car. You can read through that if you want to. I want you to kind of look through these three methods. I will add on some extra videos so that you can kind of look through those and think about those as you go to if you'd like more information or practice on those than what's provided here. I typically do digit by digit, just so you know that's going to be the method that I'm probably going to show you. Okay? So when we look at this, we can think about estimation to help us work our way through. Okay, so for example, on 79, we might estimate it around to be about 80. That can help us choose our first number. So 80 is not going to go into 40. 80 is not going to go into 40, and 80 will go into 403. In fact, it'll go 5 times. Okay, so I'm going to put a 5 up here. Okay, and then I'm going to think, well, 79 times 5, right? So 79 times 5 is 395. And then I'm going to subtract out. Okay, can't do, so I have to do some borrowing. If you guys need to be writing these on a separate sheet, that's fine. So now I'm at 13 minus 5, which is 8. And I'm going to bring down my 3. Well, 79 into 83 one time, right? 79. And then I'm going to subtract out again. I'm going to borrow. You're going to become a 7. 13 minus 9 is 4 and 2. So 42. So then when I look at this, it's like, oh, well, that's not going to work. I've clearly got a remainder. So if I have a remainder, remember, it's like making it a fraction and then thinking about how I could reduce it or what I can do with it, okay? Because 79 won't go into 42, okay? So think about what you could do next, okay? You could either turn it into a decimal, add a 0 on, and take 70 into 420. 79 into 420, or you can make it a fraction. Okay, let's go on to this next one. And again, I'm thinking of this one like it's 20 into 1,533. Okay, well, 20 into 1 doesn't go, 20 into 15 doesn't go, 20 into 153 does. It's about 7 times. Okay, so some of that's just knowing those basic facts. So I'm going to put a 7 up here. 21 then times 7 is 147. Okay, subtract out 153 minus 147 is 6. And bring down my 3. And again, I'm thinking 20 into 63. Well, 20, 40, 60, 3 times. Okay. 21 times 3 is actually 63. So I'm done. So 73 is my total answer there. Okay. You guys can go ahead and do number 13 or 3, sorry, on your own. Pause the video. You can come back and check it in just a second. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully you found that 18 is close to 20. 18 goes into 105 5 times. 18 times 5 is 90. Okay, subtract out. 106 minus 90 is 16. Bring down that 1. 161 divided by 18 is 8. 8 times 18 is 144. 161 minus 144 is 17. So I have that 17 left over, so remainder 17. Okay? All right, so number 4. when we think about it, if we round, can we get the correct answer, or can we not? So let's look at 54 into 3,509. So we would kind of bump this to maybe 55, 50 even, okay? And as we think this through, how do we estimate? Well, the product's too big to subtract if we estimate it at 7, okay? So if you were to estimate and think, well, 7 times 50 would, right, because 7 times 5 is 35, get me there. I'm going to end up with too large of a number. So instead, I'm going to estimate 6. Okay, so 54 then times 6 is 324. When I subtract 350 minus 324, I get 26. Okay, as I do that subtraction. And then I can bring down that 9. Okay. If I estimate 5 again, thinking that, well, 5 times 5, right, is 25, which would get me close to that because now we're talking 50, so 200, I would be too large once again. So then I have to bump down again. So I'm going to go 4. So 54 times 4 is 216. And then I get 53 left, which is too small for 54. So this is my remainder, okay? So sometimes estimating doesn't work and you have to adjust a little bit, okay? I want you to pick one of these next 3 problems to try out, and then you're going to come back tomorrow and discuss them at your table group. How many do you have to do? Just one. 5, 6, or 7, and then we'll go over these with your table group tomorrow. Okay, this is where you'll start